What's up, Joel?
Now we're live. I'm sorry about that, Spencer.
Oh, we weren't live. Well, we were live on Twitch. That's all that matters. What's up, everybody? We're doing Spencer Israel, Joel Elconin, Mitch down that way. Joel, how's your day going so far? Actually, before
Uh,
before you get to that, I want to tell everyone what just happened. Can I tell them what just happened? It's pretty funny.
yes, you can.
So we were preparing. We were preparing for the show. It was just Mitch and I, and Enver, our producer Enver was there as well. And I looked at the S&P futures and I said, "Oh, shoot, we spiked randomly at like 11 o'clock." Mitch, not Mitch, Joel is when he shows up here in a minute is going to ask me what happened at 11 o'clock. I better try to find out. And fast forward a minute later, Joel hops in the studio and he goes, I was away from my desk at 11 o'clock. Do you guys know what happened? It's just like, no, I don't know, Joel. Does anyone in the chat know what happened at
Yeah,
11?
come on. We are going to stay here until we find out what happened. Mitch, you're not going anywhere. Spencer, you're not going anywhere. Edward, you're not going to bed.
Enver's gone.
I want to know what happened at 11 o'clock, 11:01, 11 to 11:03. So I'm just prepared to sit here and not say anything, not show my charge. I want to know what happened.
I don't know.
I don't. Wait, Mitch, can you double check you're all good on the audio front? Because Shelly says Joel has a slight echo. But no, I don't know. I spent 5 minutes looking, and I asked our news desk, and they didn't know, and so I don't know if there is a reason. Her scrambler says he sold, but I don't know. I don't know what happened. Here, let's pull up the charts. You can see what we're seeing here, right? You see that?
Yeah, right.
Yeah,
I mean, this is like right here. We're almost there.
go back.
Almost there.
Yeah,
Right here.
there you go.
No. Keep going. Right here.
Yeah.
Come on, guys.
Oh,
Come
wait,
on.
wait. That's a 1 minute, Joel. Can we get on a 15
I
minute?
know I did it to 1 minute just
All
to
right.
impress you guys.
All right.
Look at that. We were at 56. Had a
Yeah.
buy stop at 56 and a half. Went to get my flu shot. Canceled it, and I come back, and we're like at 46.70.
Yeah, I don't know.
So I think I'm going to go with what Mitch said. And it was just like, because that was right. And, we talk about opens and the opening range. I think it was just like that opening range crossover where, okay, it was weak. We were trying to take out the pre-market low. And then we came back up through that open area. Actually, the open was 56. And I like to look at the real early action in the S&Ps, and that initial high was 56 and a half. So I think Mitch has the best explanation. It was just the opening crossover, and we're gone. We're up here. Wednesday's Globex high looks like it's history. That was 46.80 and a quarter. So nice comeback in the market today. I'm going to get rid of this 1 minute chart because we only do that for numbers and stuff. Crude not having a good day. That's down 73 cents at 80.86. When you guys are, how I talked about 1800 for a long time? Well, 1870 is really, there's someone there with an unlimited amount of futures contracts to sell. 3 highs in a row right there, 1870. It's up $2 at 1865.90. Silver up a nickel, 25.35. Bad day for Bitcoin, down 785 and 64.270. And Ethereum futures, they're going down too. They're down $64.25. And SPOOs making another high here, current high 82.5.
All right, let's start today with actually on the Bitcoin front. Since you just mentioned it, Joel, we did have some Bitcoin news, and for those that keep up on these things like I do, there are some applications out there with the SEC to get potentially an ETF based on the spot price of Bitcoin. That application has been rejected. So we're stuck with Bitcoin futures ETFs for now. That's actually what you saw in the Bitcoin, I think, in the Bitcoin futures today. That little volatility there, and right at 11:30, we turned and we dropped and we rebounded. But that's what I think that was. So,
why would? What do you think? Did they cite a reason or?
I didn't read too closely into it. But I think they're just not convinced that it's stable enough for.
Well, here's the thing.
Yeah,
How it's a 24-hour market. What are they going to do? Are they going to keep
I
you know that
maybe that's part of it too.
yeah.
I'll be honest. I didn't read it. I just saw the decision. SEC says no dice on a Bitcoin ETF. So
Okay.
it is what it is for now. Hey, let's talk about Johnson here, Joel, because this was not the most unpredictable thing. This was semi-predictable if you're paying attention. If you watched General Electric a couple days ago, Johnson following suit saying, "Hey, yeah, we're going to split our company up into two." Stock goes up to 172. Stock leaks for the pre-market session, and then next thing you know, you gave back most of those gains. Not all, but most. It says all, but most.
Yeah, I gave back all those gains, just hanging out bitter at 165. I mean, when you think about that, I mean, does how does that make the company that much more valuable, right? I mean, you're just you're splitting
No,
things up.
I see the logic, right? It's the antithesis of the conglomerate move where everything's more efficient if we diversify our businesses. No, I see the appeal now that we're living in a software-based society, technology-based society. I see the appeal of just cutting costs and making every operation as efficient as it can be, and just splitting everything up. I understand that, but I also think the move this morning is silly. So
Okay.
I don't.
Yeah, and the street is echoing the same sentiment. Maybe you just have like a big day trader that just shorted it all day long and just said, "Hey, I'm bringing this in at 165 because it's refusing to fill the gap." But yeah, gave it all back. So we know what to do next time some company says it's splitting up its pieces, and
Yeah,
especially a big, thick stock like Johnson and Johnson. I mean, we talked about the volume, how much it takes to move it. A month it doesn't move $9, and then you get it to move in a pre-market session. So good for everybody that caught that on the pop and either exited a long or initiated a short.
yeah. That was like you said. We know what to do the next time, and there will probably be a next time. I also want to talk about Shopify here, Joel, because I saw it and I was like, "What is there news? There's got to be news." No, there's no news today. We're just up $1,500 because that's the way we roll in Shopify.
I mean, technically, I mean, it opened strong. It had a pair of highs at 1164, and someone probably or not or 1564. So whoever was hanging on to their short hat there, they head for the hills. Let's see, interesting area. You had a double monthly top at 1650. You're above that now, so wow. But when this thing has a big day, it has a big day. But Amazon had some good days earlier in the week as well. So Shopify just playing a little catch up.
Yeah. And then in the same vein as Shopify, I don't know if you saw Facebook or Meta, whatever I don't even know what it's called now. Facebook, because the company is Meta, the stock is Facebook, whatever you want to call it, whatever it is, it's up 3.5% today. Actually, a little more than that. Um,
You know what?
yeah,
It's clean now. It's a clean chart. Look at all those gaps. Everything's been filled. I like that. Nice and clean. The gapping around. We see the bogey up there. The high for the was it this week or no? Last Friday. Boom. You hit 346.79. I probably don't have the exact 50% retracement in that area, but boom, you get above that and maybe start thinking. I mean, it's weathered the storm, right?
Mhm.
From the whistleblowers. I don't know if there's more coming out, the election and everything, but nice move. Wow, right up at last month's high too. So important couple days coming up for Facebook,
Yep.
or Meta, or whatever you
I
want
don't
to call
know.
it.
I don't know. I don't know. Okay, let's take some questions from the chat. We got 20 minutes left, and there's a few other things on my list, but nothing too urgent. So when I don't have anything urgent, I like to go to the chat and see what's on their radar.
Wow, going to the chat at 3:40.
Extended ticker
I
time.
mean,
I love it.
literally, it is a slow news day. It's a Friday.
Yep.
We are coming to the end, not quite, but coming to the end of the earnings season. Here we have a week, really a week and change left of earnings, and after that we're done for the year, and we come into the holiday season. It's gonna be like this, which I don't mind. It's slower, it's good. Um,
We could address RAG's question.
yeah, RG is always so polite. Uh,
He puts everything in twice. You think he's a robot?
You never know.
RAG, if you're a robot, answer once, please. He says, "I hope you guys are well. We are well, thank you,
He's
RAG."
always so polite too. I think
I just
he's
said
from England.
that.
He's from England.
That's what it is.
Just said that.
That's what it is, Joel.
Can you please share some advice on increasing trade sizes? I'm unable to commit on trades when I have a good conviction. Oh, that is an interesting question. Okay. Let me think of an answer for that.
I'll give at least
Yeah.
what happens with me. I've traded big size and small size, and when I used to trade big size, I felt I focused more on the dollars that my trade was making or losing. When I focus on smaller size, I can focus on the percentage more, and that helps me control the emotions. So one thing that I would say is if you're trading with bigger size and trying to increase, is focus on the percentages, not the size dollar amount. Because this is another thing too. And also when you're looking at your P&L and your portfolio, how do you have it set up? Do you have it set up to tell you dollar amount or percentages? For me, I have it total return percentage from the beginning of the original position, not just the intraday also. Because that sometimes scares me because my stock is pulling back, but it's a long-term swing.
Yeah.
So I'm not going to over stress because if I look at the total return, it's still in the green. And so this is what I use to try to get around this. What would you say, Joel?
Yeah, I think I would say would be, you know, increase the size, but have an area. Obviously you want to stay the same with risk, but let's say you're a 1,000 lot trader, 1,000 share trader, and you decide to go up to 1,200. Um, try, like pick a point where you want to get that 200 off, like if it's up, I don't know what your time frame or what you're trading, but if you bump up the size and you take part of that size off, then you're just back to a normal position and you got that extra profit, and then you won't think about it as much. So, but the great stories with Dennis when he was, the first 19 trades he had were losers.
Yeah.
And then he just went on a major streak. And, I think he was trading 100 shares. And I'm like, Dennis, you got to go to 200, man. And he did it. So, maybe, if you're going to up it, then you take that initial, whatever your excess is, you take that off at a profit. Then maybe the next time you do it, you have a little bit more confidence. Also, try it a couple times, man. Just like don't do it once and then you take a haircut on it. Don't do it again. You got to try it 1, 2, 3, 4 times in order to get it right. So just be consistent.
Yeah.
That's great advice. I nothing I could say will be better than that. Dennis has been on a 20-year lucky streak, turns out. Let's go to some takers here,
Okay.
and let's go to Wait, Jeff asked about Pinterest. How is Pinterest doing? Better than PayPal?
How is
Well,
Pins doing?
not really, actually. Pinterest and PayPal, those charts look pretty similar. Gosh, this deal, that rumor. Oy.
I didn't. Looks like I'll just do pins and I'll let Mitch
Yeah.
do it, and then we can both do PayPal. Inside day, you know. So I keep an eye on this. I put a little alert here. If you could clear that 46.30, it looks like we're closing in the upper part of the range. I could get with that a trade above there. At least you got the inside day to deal with, and three lows of 45. So looks to me like you got some money accumulating here, but it's doing it on weakness. Mitch, what do you got for us on that?
Yeah, these charts are scary. I'll tell you that right off the back, just because a lot of it is showing more weekly pullbacks than daily pullbacks. So the levels here, I think pins can get down towards even 35s or 30s. So the real question is how much volume is really piling in. It looks like PayPal has more volume piling in. Pins had that spike with the news, but ever since it's come down here, the volume is going down and down. I want to see it increase almost past that 100 million mark to show me that the bulls are trying to hold this like maybe to the 45 right now. When we look at the PayPal, let's go to PayPal now. and you could see there's been what on that same spike that was 106 million, but on today there's 145 million shares trading. So that shows me more that people are jumping into PayPal, trying to call the bottom in PayPal, than they're trying to call the bottom right now in pins.
Yep, and I agree. And this is it took out the previous day's high. You had a little trade. Now you're back to you had a double top at 208 and a quarter. You traded up to 208.10. Now you're coming back to that area. So here's the thing about the PayPal. There's someone willing to buy an infinite amount of shares between 200 and 203, right? Does that necessarily mean they're willing to pay 208.29? No. So what you need to do is you need to like bust out of this range a little bit and then make the big boys step up to like 205, 206, 210. But showing some life today. We'll see. But you can see when you get four lows in that same area that close together, that's some signs some big boys buying. Not a great volume day though. The last 2 days have not been great volume. So buyers on weakness. We'll see if they step it up.
There's a few names in here that I haven't thought about for a while. Name like Chewy, for example, right? I haven't thought about Chewy for a while. We didn't talk about Chewy. It got hot for a minute there. COVID. How's Chewy doing?
Head and shoulders bottom there, if there's such a
Yeah,
thing.
I can see that.
Yeah, inverse.
Yeah, the inverse head and shoulders, nice double bottom on the dailies. Strong, right there, strong buyer at 71. Now, are these buyers willing to pay 77 or 76? I don't know. But, above 77 and a half, maybe get a look at 80, but it's not a bad looking chart.
Yeah, I've seen worse. Wait, what is MAS? Masco? Do you know this one? It's a building.
No, I don't.
It's building products. It's
Yeah.
$15 billion company. Who asked about MAS in the chat? Show yourself.
Okay, Spencer. Where are they located?
Salen asked about MAS. This is
Where are
not
they
where
located?
I don't know, Michigan?
Yep.
Somewhere in Michigan. I don't know where.
I think they might be in I don't know if I should say it. The nickname for Taylor.
Oh, Taylor Tucky?
Yeah.
Yeah. I don't know, maybe.
Is that where they're located?
I don't know. You want me to Google it?
Yeah, Google it. Take a look.
Mass
Strong move. It's probably had a gap and
Oh
go
no!
off.
Oh, they're in my neck of the woods. They're in Livonia.
Okay.
Today I learned.
Okay.
Anyway, MAS building materials inflation.
Yeah. Oh yeah. Don't ask Triple D about that.
I know. Here is
He probably knows mass.
We found his hedge. We found his hedge. This is it. Masco.
There you go.
Is there news on it today? This is a pretty big move.
No.
Yeah.
Not that I saw.
I would say it probably jumped off earnings back at the end of October, and then it had a couple more up days and a little retreat. So we'll see if it does the same thing here. But strong day. I'm not seeing anything. I'm not seeing anything on the weeklies or the monthlies here. If you want to hold out for 68.54, is that the old? That's probably the old. I don't ever see if that's the old time high in it. But having a good day, I just would, look for maybe this kind of pattern. Maybe just like you want to see it, not necessarily have to blast through 67 tomorrow, but hold 65 and a half, hold 66, build a little base, do a little something like this, and then get some momentum. Let me see how this looks on the monthlies. Just
I like it on the
all-time
monthly.
high. Yeah, looks good.
Yeah, that monthly 65 stands out to me. It's so important that it got over today. As long as it holds at 65 for me, it's in bullish trend.
Looks good. Looks good. That's kind of where it had the pair of highs too. Like if you really think you need to own this on Monday's session, you had a couple highs at 65.70. And
look for some pullbacks to those levels,
look
right?
some pullback there. I mean, it's having a good day though. Masco, MAS, Livonia, Michigan company.
Hey, interesting one.
What about Sorry, I'm looking up my chart on myself. Matterport MTTR. This is is this a metaverse play? Kind of.
Yeah,
It is. Yeah, because
yeah.
it's like 3D. It's like 3D cameras, right? Yeah, MTTR is almost certainly a metaverse play.
Yes, it is metaverse play.
Yeah.
Um, this one's a tough one to call. Listen,
It gave some back today, right? You got a
Mhm.
little top heavy at 23.62. You got some profit taking, but you know what I'd be looking for this one would be let's say I missed the boat here, and I missed the boat here, and then it came down again. I missed this one. Perhaps wait for it to come in a little bit, and let's go from this high here. And I'll go down to here. Oh, this is like that's 2130, 2140 area. I could get interested in there, pulling back off the high because it's made a higher high. Took a little while, made a higher high, but like it at 24, and you maybe see that 2140, 20. What was the you had a low right in that area too. I like it down at 2140, 2150 if it gets down there.
All right, you guys know I'm always looking ahead to the following week here. On the earnings front, we mentioned this morning. It is retail earnings season next week. So Tuesday, Walmart and Home Depot. Wednesday, Lowe's, Target. We have also Baidu that day, L Brands that day, Nvidia's Wednesday afternoon as well. Thursday is JD, Alibaba, BJ's, Kohl's, Macy's, Ross Stores. That's all on Thursday. Friday, Foot Locker. So it is going to be the retail earnings season next week. On the event front, on the corporate event front, ADP has their annual investor day on Monday. Um, payroll company. Figure lots of people changing jobs, quitting their jobs. I think I saw Mitch. Well, what was that stat that we saw today?
it was
Record people quit their number of people quit their jobs.
yeah,
Yeah,
they even naming it like some crazy name from the labor market. But
yeah. It's the Great Resignation.
there you go. That's what they called it.
Everyone's quitting their job. Also watching the EV stocks still because
Yeah.
next Friday, a week from today, is the Los Angeles Auto Show. Now I know that a lot of these names have already run a lot. I'm
Mhm.
looking at you, EVgo, right? But and Fisker, right? But
Yeah.
I'm oh gosh, what's about to happen?
I don't know.
Nothing.
Something.
No, nothing's happening. I don't know. I'm just watching the EV stocks, especially into next Friday, because you have an event. I think it's like the second biggest auto show in the U.S. after ours, obviously. And so you're going to get some really cool stuff on display
Yep.
next week. So
You
I
get
don't know.
the reveal of the ocean for Fisker.
Right.
So
Is that a
that's gonna be
truck
big.
or is that a car?
It's an SUV. I actually like it, Joel. I personally have been one of those people
Here,
that
let's
have
pull a picture.
said I'd probably never buy an electric vehicle. That'd be one that I'd think about buying.
Here. Do you want to see what it looks like?
Sure.
Yeah, I don't know. I'm pulling it up for the first time as well. All right. All right. I guess that's cool.
What I like about it
I guess
is
that's cool.
it has that like sporty SUV feel.
It looks like Lisa's
Uh,
Mazda.
Yeah.
Lowers the back window,
Looks cool. I guess.
like the Toyota Tundra. That's a patent feature that it has. It has a solar roof, and you can see it in that picture right there.
Whoa. Oh, wait. Is that the inside of the?
That's the inside.
Oh,
Well, no. That's not the inside. I don't think
I don't
anyone
know.
has a picture
I don't know.
of the
Maybe
change.
they don't. I don't know. That's interesting.
It looks like it.
Not bad looking car.
I
Truck.
mean, it's going to be interesting because Fisker, had already been making cars, failed at it,
Yeah.
and now it's coming back, right? I think they had to learn something,
Oh.
right?
Yeah. True.
In the
Anyway.
process.
Didn't Raz know that guy from Fisker?
Henrik Fisher?
Henry Fisker.
Didn't he do an interview out there?
No.
Man, if he does, I need to call him up.
bunch
He
of
did an
trouble.
interview with Sandy Monroe.
Yeah.
Who
And
no
you
doubt.
guys messed it up.
Where is it? It was funny.
Jason knows everybody, man. I'm about to call Jason up.
Hey, Mario Rodriguez, thanks for bringing this up. It slipped my mind here, but the cannabis stocks are having a great day.
Let's go. Let's go. Let's
Canopy,
go.
Canopy growth up 12%. Tilray's having a good day. Every time Tilray's having a good day,
It's cannabis, baby.
I honestly cringe. Every time Tilray, because Tilray does this like at least every other week. It'll just rip higher 10%. It just does, and then I always cringe because all those pops have been selling opportunities. But it's having a good day today. It's up almost 10%. So,
News?
No, I'll be honest, I didn't even look. But you should know the drill by now on Tilray, honestly, guys, because this thing does this every other week.
I think they're looking to upside in 2022 also for these cannabis stocks. I just think at the end of the day, the Republicans are starting to mention their own form of a bill potentially coming out. And if they're going to talk, the Democrats have already been pushing. Maybe eventually it starts getting through next year.
Oh, Chris is saying that the bill leaked. Is that all right? Call me when we get through both houses of Congress, please.
Yes. Bill leaking.
All right. We have some bill leakage. All right. I mean, I'm not mad about it. I own cannabis stocks. I'm not mad. I think if you're buying the Canadian ones up here, you're probably buying the wrong ones. But they're up today, so I guess for a trade, you're right. If you bought
One good candle usually means another good candle, right? CGC, what, 2 days in a row? I mean, the thing about this is that you're working on your first monthly green candle, and this since January.
The month is young.
Yeah, so exactly. And you never know. Your boys on Reddit might get a hold of this one or something, and I don't know what the short interest is, right?
I'm sorry. I'm so.
The only thing that helps here is the monthly chart, though, right, Joel?
That's it. Yeah.
To me, I think when you look at the cannabis stocks and you look back, the monthly supports have held. Not the weeklies, not the dailies, but the monthlies.
Yeah, so, got some over it. Yeah, and you gotta. I mean, if you're just going on like history here, when this thing starts to have a green candle, it has a green candle, right? And had 2 in a row. Well, with the catalyst there, that was coming off the election, then a pause, and yeah, I mean, I could. I tried to get Alan on this week, but he had some earnings. But maybe I'll email him over the weekend. And is it? We're through earnings with the cannabis stocks, or they still have some more?
I think so.
I believe.
Hey, wait, can we do one? This morning, Peyton Surgeon asked about this one, and I wrote it down, but we didn't get to it. FLNT, Fluent. He asked about that one this morning. It's a good
Paint Surgeon.
That's his name in the chat. Fluent is a digital marketing company, lower price name, smaller market cap, a small cap stock. But he did ask this morning, Peyton Surgeon. I remember that question.
Yeah. So, you know what? Not much. I could have said much this morning. I would have said, look at the previous day's range and always, buyer on strength 247, went to 263, still pressing up. If you're looking for more upside on this one, I see it. Ooh, well, I mean, it's so hard to do. There's 3 highs at 265 and 2 highs at 273.
Here we go.
So the way that above 273, yeah, things open up closer to 2.
Hey, there's our bell. It means we're closed.
Winner, chicken dinner.
Time to take our ball and go home. Joel, have a great weekend. Good luck to Michigan tomorrow. I don't know who they're playing.
Yeah, Penn State at Penn State.
Oh,
the Fins won last night.
Fins, baby. Tua.
Maybe you can put that Tua jersey on eBay now and get half of your money back.
No, we didn't go after Watson. I'm okay.
All right, Joel, have a good weekend. Everyone in the chat, have a great weekend. Please remember all the information from our show meant to be used as informational purposes, not for investing or trading advice. How many likes are we at? Can we get to 100 likes? That's not a very tall task, right?
That building you're trying to buy, you should 10x.
We can get you 100 likes, no problem.
We can do it.
We can do it. We're almost there.
Hit the like.
And Mitch, what is the deal? Are you doing a show now, or are you?
Yes, I am.
You are.
I will be with Christopher.
Oh, Money Mitch with Chris K. I'm afraid to
Well,
watch that show.
not Chris K.
Oh,
Chris
Chris
Yu.
Yule. I'm sorry, I screwed that one up.
Christopher.
Funny Mission Christopher Yule going live right now. Let's wrap it up. Everyone have a great weekend. I will see you on Monday.